Hotep Marie just broke the video. So restart. Today we'll be discussing shadow work. Marie Hotep, peace, love, E.T. Welcome to the Sapiens of Energy Fusion. Shadow work. So if you were to do a counseling session with me, I would discuss shadow work. If you want that to be your session, correct? So what I would do is we would learn to practice silence and listening. Because sometimes when someone is speaking, we get into our emotions really, really deep. And so we feel like they're trying to hurt us. But that's not the case. They're trying to grow us and help us open up to who we are and accept that. So with silent and listening, I made my intentions to see my reflection in the outside world in an understanding light, even though my emotions ran wild and uncomfortable through my mind and heart. So just allow reality to reflect to you what it is within you that causes this disturbance when dealing with this problem. And understanding that and letting it go the best you can. I would, when listening, close my eyes and take a deep breath, nice and slow, sometimes multiple of times. Even though my emotions run wild and uncomfortable through my heart, I just learn to focus my energy by breathing. Sometimes I even shift if I'm sitting in sitting position, I would shift to a half lotus meditative state of sitting. When listening while sitting in chair, you would put your legs in alignment with your knees. Put your hands on your knees and keep your back erect. Take deep breaths to and bring in a meditative state to help balance the energies that you feel overwhelming. Because the most important part with doing shadow work is making sure that you are releasing the pain without hurting the other person. Just taking it in and responding the best we possibly can without the rage and the fear. Letting go of the reality that someone is here to hurt you because they're bringing up something that hurts you. No, we're just trying to help you learn to release it in a healthy manner. So shadow work is about learning to express who you are and what bothers you in a healthy manner and allowing yourself to let it go. Okay? Embracing and accepting. So now when you're experiencing all of these emotions, you want to cry or you want to hug, you want to do this and that and the other. You just want some sort of comfort to let you know that the experience of this emotional baggage is okay. You can let it go, right? So you want to hugging and things like that. Embrace yourself mentally and open-heartedly. Embrace who you are. Embrace the things you had to learn from, which are mistakes. Embrace that. It's okay. Embracing yourself when you remind yourself that everything is okay. This is just a learning process that can be painful, but resolved, but excuse me. But when resolved, yields fruitful results. Excuse me, I take a drink. 1 second. Sorry. Okay. Sorry about that interruption. Made it as quick as I possibly could. So when you work your way into resolving this can really yield some fruitful results in your reality. You might all of a sudden have someone just send you monies or something like that once you learn to accept and embrace. Accepting accepting that there are some things you did or are doing to self and others that cause, please excuse the noise in the background. Accepting that there is something you did or are doing to self and others that cause such reflection, and learning from that. However, try to keep your heart light as possible by laughing. So you may find yourself working to laugh. Maybe something come up and you just feel really fond in your heart area. So what you do is just laugh. Just laugh it off if you can. If you can't, make a joke. Don't avoid being insincere to the person who is helping you when making a joke. Okay? Speaking your heart without aggression of any form, no yelling or throwing or extreme hand movements. Avoid using any action as a coping mechanism. So fidgeting, scratching the head, playing with your fingernails, maybe touching your toes, maybe something on your leg, or it's itchy, this, that, and the other. Avoid that as much as possible. Avoid, avoid things, sounds, unnecessary sounds. No, this completely needs to be silenced, neutralized, breath. Move your heart energy that way. Sometimes if you're going to do, sometimes you can use movements if it is, let's say you want to stretch a little bit while talking. Don't do it all the time. Only do it when it really, 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 really get dense. Like sometimes it's dense, sometimes it's like really dense. Okay? And that's the time where you feel like you can't even control the outbursts. When you feel like you aren't going to be able to control the outbursts, you stretch. Okay. Remembering to breathe when the heart feels really pulled back from it mentally. Take some slow, deep, steady breaths with the eyes closed. Keep listening. Don't avoid what the person is saying. Remember, you are working to heal, so therefore your ears need to be open. Avoid allowing the emotions to take over our ears of understanding. So when we hear it, then we're ex- we're you get overwhelmed by the emotions that you just don't want to hear it anymore. You try to put in earphones, etc. Let it go. Okay. These are all coping mechanisms that can only last so long. You will never grow that way. You have to listen and learn. Sometimes it takes some good music to go while you're going through it. So if you're going to turn on the music, turn it on out loud and keep listening. Okay? Preferably Sibian ambient music that doesn't talk. It's just mellow. You can even put on chakra music if you like. Whatever. Just have music that helps you stabilize that emotion as you're getting into that meditative, embracing, accepting state. Be sincere, honest with self about how it makes you feel about yourself and why. So when you're sitting there and you're thinking about what is being taught to you. Think about how you feel, what this conversation makes you feel about yourself. Like, say in the past you got raped, right? And we're bringing it up like, let it go, and you're like, but it hurt me, they were terrible, this, that. Go back to how it made you feel. Who cares about how much pain it was? How did it make you feel as a person? Did it make you feel useless, worthless? Accept those emotions. Let it. Why did it make you feel that way? Because you couldn't do anything. Well, how are you going to blame yourself for something you could not do, right? Or uh, or not speaking up. It's just let it go. You are loved. Most importantly, you are not in it anymore. Let it go, okay? Love that you are free now. Bring more gratitude that you're not going through it anymore than bringing the non gratitude. Because not accepting and having gratitude that you're not going through it now makes you ungrateful and insincere. Accepting that it is what you are or are doing to others in some shape or form. Everything is relative. So accepting that somewhere in your life, maybe you make mistake because you're like, I don't want to be that to my children, or I don't want to be that to my partner. But you find yourself making this mistake. It comes with the lack of acceptance and gratitude of yourself and what you had to do to get through what it was, whatever it was. Accepting that that's all you had. That's all the information you had. There was no one there to give you more information. And if they did, just accept that you didn't learn to use it, or you were so bogged up that you couldn't use it. So it just is what it is. Let it go. Yes, there's things we wish we could have done better and all these other things. But you had to do what you had to do, and did you make it out? That's the most important question you need to answer it to yourself. Did you make it out? Yes, you did. Do you continue to be that way? If you do, then this is where your problem lies. Is that you're bringing yourself from the past to the future when you need to let yourself be the past be the past and your future be the future. There are lessons that we take, but there are the acts and things that we do and impersonalize that we don't want to take. See, you had to be this insincere person to this specific person in order to get this result because it was really taxing on you. That's just fine. As long as you're not doing it anymore and just learning to avoid people like that, etc. So many different experiences. Make sure that you change what you had to do and that you went and seek more after it happened on how to better deal with it in the future. This is where your gratitude should lie. The gratitude should lie in that being free and learning better and just accepting that you didn't know before, but was able to do what you did know and still made it out to get something better at hand. Exercising, getting in a good stretch, and or moving helps. Sometimes you just need to generate that energy. Those days you wake up and it's just like, boom, get up, Steve. You can't do anything but think. Take a walk outside, cleanse yourself, get a tuning fork, get a singing bowl, listen to frequency music, get you some essential oils, eucalyptus. You can't see it. Hold on. Get you some essential oils like eucalyptus. You know, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. You know, get get you your healing on. This eucalyptus repels negative spirits. Get you some. Put it on. Walk outside. Take a walk. Embrace nature. You got a park nearby? Go. You got a beach nearby? take a walk, take a walk, take a walk. I can't stress it enough. You need to move the energy. You're not, there's times where you're actually not stuck in the past. You're just dealing with the releasing of the energy, depressurizing, okay? Releasing pressure. D means to divide from pressure. Repress, meaning when you have the time to, the option to express, but you don't. Regression, when you have the time to express or not do something and you go back like it's the same scenario and it's not. That is when, when you get in a relationship and you don't trust him, that's regression, etc. You want affirmations. You need to be reiterating to yourself that you are great, you're new, you're accepting new beginnings. You need I am love, I am light, I am whatever it is. Make sure you use I am. Make sure you don't use I am not. No, I am this. Doesn't matter what you are not, right? We want to focus only on what we want to be. Never feed the other reality. Reiterating newness all the time or whenever we can. So, like, there's times where I was going through the process of releasing shadow work when speaking with someone, my partner to be exact, he's helped me do my shadow work. I needed to sometimes in mid conversation, like, I am light, I am beautiful, I am love, I am accepting, I am understanding. Just taking that time out to be understanding to yourself, and that you gotta use your mechanisms that's going to help build you while building. That's how you build a strong foundation. You get tools from others, and then you get tools from yourself because you learn from your mistakes. So now the tools is everywhere. They're not just somewhere else. See, you're looking for tools outside yourself to build your foundation, but it's all within you. And then when you search so much inside and you can't find it, that's when the outside comes in and helps you build as well. Okay? So much love, happy ascension. That is it for the shadow work. Grow beautiful people, grow strong, powerful, mentally stable, emotionally clear, and beautiful. Blossom like the roses and daisies. Fly, be free and light like a pig. Birds. Had one sparrow parked next to me while I was speaking, literally right here. It's beautiful. Open your mind, open your heart, soar. Soar through the sky in your beautiful nature. Accept what you have and what you are going to exceed to have from giving what you have already. Shem hotep. Dua.